Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry for the next delay another delay for another album review. I just didn't get to this album review, and I think I'm going to do two others after that. So this is for basically Chris Brown's newest album, 1111, that I just got done listening to, for an album that I did not think he'd make maybe like a year after the last one, which the last one, Breezy, was crap, honestly, but who knows. I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this 22 track. At least it's shorter. At least it's not a long ass album. Not like Breezy was. Breezy was maybe an hour and 20 minutes. He's been shortening his albums a little more, which I think is a little better. But here are going to be my critiques with this album. Big ones, too. So let's dive right into this album review. Now, if you know I'm not a fan of Chris Brown anymore, I realized back in 2015 or 16, I think after Heartbreak on a Full Moon, I just stopped. He just got to be generic. He said the same fucking lyricism with eating pussy, fucking pussy, all that fucking shit. It's gross as crap. So his new nickname now is Chris Booty. And that can mean many things. It can mean he sucks. It can mean he's a nasty motherfucker. That is why I specifically call him Chris Booty now. Because that's all he talks about is booty. It's like, dude, yeah, sexual songs are not terrible as long as they execute well. This album doesn't execute well. And we're going to talk about Angel Numbers / 10 Toes. I think Angel Numbers was a nice acoustic. It had something going for it. So that was like a solid track. It's a 4.5 out of 5, but it leads into the next song, 10 Toes, which is stupid as fuck. This is one of the worst, so it's a 2.5 out of 5 for that one. But overall, the track is average. I was very disappointed with the second half of that track. So 3.5 out of 5 for this track. I'm in the middle with this song. So Sensational is garbage. I just don't like this song. It sounds like Chris Brown is sounding reggae-ish or islandy kind of music. I don't fucking know. He's trying to sound Jamaican in this track. It's like, dude, you need to stick with your own style and not even try too hard with this bullshit of a music mostly. So basically 2.5 out of 5. The song fucking sucks. Next track is Press Me. This one has some sexual lyricism that does not execute very well. This is the thing. He goes into this repetitive cycle of talking about booty, meaning pussy, and all that fucking shit. It's like, dude, keep your filthy lyricisms to yourself. If you're gonna write this song material, you fucking suck as a song artist, as a songwriter mostly. He just got very repetitive with this cycle of talking about booty, talking about hoes, talking about women, and all that shit. It's like, dude, I don't know anymore. It's just Chris Brown sucks nowadays. So Press Me is getting a 2.5 out of 5. That's On You featuring Future was garbage. I don't like this track. It's a 1.5 out of 5 for me. This track didn't do it for me. It was one of the worst songs for this album. Future sounded very crappy in this track with his rapping. I just wasn't connecting with this song, so fuck this song big time. Feel Something is a bad song. I just don't connect with the lyrics. The lyrics don't do anything for me. It's just like bullshit lyrics. It just doesn't really go anywhere. This track, it just talks about, oh, I'm gonna fuck you sexually or whatever the fuck. It's like, I'm gonna turn you on sexually. It's like, do we really need to hear that in Chris Brown albums anymore? What happened to the old days of Chris Brown? Like, just meeting a girl and all that. Now it's just talking about sex all the time. It's like, okay, that word is getting overplayed in some songs nowadays. It's like, it's fine for a little while, but then when it comes to a point where it gets really basic and generic, and too mainstream to talk about too much. That's where I have a problem. So basically 2 out of 5. Best ever featuring Maeda, or however you pronounce her name. This was disappointing. I liked Maeda's vocals in this track, but Chris Brown ruined the song big time. It just didn't execute, so 2.5 out of 5. No One Else featuring Friday is an okay track. I didn't hate this song, but this and Messed Up are probably the last tracks I probably would say are tolerable, along with Stutter. I forgot to mention Stutter. So basically a 3 out of 5. It's okay. Shooter is bullshit. This song sucks big time. It is a 1 out of 5 for me. This song didn't do it for me. I just was cringing at this track. This is probably the worst track on this album. So that's a 1 out of 5. Then comes Nightmares, and that is a bullshit track. I don't really like it for how it sounds. It's another one of the worst songs, so 1 out of 5 for this one. I hate this song big time, so yeah. Then comes Very Special, and that was a disappointing track. I just don't connect with the song for how it sounds overall, so pretty much 2.5 out of 5. I don't know. Chris Brown was singing it. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted for a moment. No, I wrote in the wrong track. Give me 1 second. But yeah, I wrote in the wrong rating for the wrong song. Pretty much very special. Just it was disappointing only because some of the lyricism. So that's a 2.5 out of 5. Messed Up was an okay track. I don't hate this song. I just thought there were some moments where Chris Brown's singing was okay and tolerable in this track. I mean, there's some lyrics that are iffy, but overall, I was kind of enjoying it a little bit. So 3 out of 5. Midnight Freak is crap. I think it's a 2 out of 5. I mean, the beat is alright, but it's just the way the lyrics come off is cringy. So 2 out of 5. It's just sexual lyricism again. It's like this word is getting overplayed. Like this artist is what's that word? Overrated mostly. He is an overrated artist that is just forgettable. He just basically talks about sex in all his tracks. That's why I call him Chris Booty, because he sucks and he's a filthy motherfucker with his lyricism. So basically 2 out of 5. Moonlight is disappointing. I'm not crazy for the beat some of the time. I mean, it's okay, but it's not great. But overall, the lyrics say it all, where this artist is not even going to try to write better lyrics. So he's a lost cause nowadays. So 2.5 out of 5. Bouncin' / G5 is crap. I don't like this track, so it's 1.5 out of 5. It is another one of the worst tracks. I think Shooter and Nightmares were one of the worst songs for this album, so pretty much 1.5 out of 5 for Bouncing / G5. This song is bullshit. Make Up Your Mind is another crappy track. I don't like the mixing for this song. It is really bad, and it's a repetitive, the mine thing. That gets so repetitive and annoying to the point where I just want to fucking skip this track mostly. I was gonna say, if I own the CD, I'd fucking break it. But nah, I wouldn't do that, because it's just, I would skip this track. This is annoying as hell, so 1.5 out of 5. Stutter is an okay track. I don't hate it that much. It's just, it did what it did. 3 out of 5. It's fine for what it is. Then comes Need a Friend. This one is another sexual kind of track that I don't really care for, and I can't feel for, because the lyrics throw me off so much. Like, it's like, Chris Booty, what the fuck are you doing with this track? So 2.5 out of 5. Summer Too Hot. I did review this track back in August. Late August, I believe. Maybe September, I'm not sure. But I really did not like this track. This song is bullshit. It's a disappointing track. I mean, the beat does do alright, but it's just the lyrics that really ruin the track. So it's a 2.5 out of 5 for me. Feelings Don't Lie is bad. I just can't stand this track, honestly, so it's a 2 out of 5 for me. Then comes Red Flags, and this one was disappointing. I mean, vocally, Chris Brown's vocals are okay, but it just doesn't connect, honestly. So, basically, 2.5 out of 5. Closer is a disappointing track. I'm not really connecting with this song because of the melody and just how dull it is for 2 minutes and 11 seconds. So this track's bullshit. It's a bullshit kind of song. So 2.5 out of 5. And finally we get to the closing track. Sorry, something came up in my throat or whatever. This is a 1.5 out of 5. This song is the worst song to end this album. Not the worst of the worst, but it is a bad song to end this album. So it's a 1.5 out of 5 for me. I just don't like Chris Brown's vocals in this song, and it's just he tries too hard with his rapping in this, and it's like I'm cringing so much that I just can't even bear listening to this album again. This album I kind of knew how predictable this artist is going to be nowadays, because the last album I reviewed, as well as you know, I gave it a little higher of a rating, but this is probably worse. So, overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Chris Brown's new album, 1111, was garbage. It is one of the next worst album of 2023. So, I'm going to have 31 albums to talk about come mostly November 19th when I do that worst albums of 2023 video. So basically, he's talking about wanting to fuck a girl so much in this, pussy, all that fucking shit, all that nasty crap that he talks about, sexually mostly. It just does not work. Personally, it just executes in the worst way possible, and this artist is forgettable and is cringe. So for a score for me, I'm gonna give Chris Booty's newest album, 1111, a 2.5 out of 10. Fuck this garbage ass album. I don't care for this album. This makes it as kind of second or third place as one of the worst albums of 2023. I think AJR probably made worst album of the year, mostly because their new album was hot garbage. This one was bad, but honestly, I think this, Poppy, and Lana Del Rey's new albums are probably the worst albums so far, in like the top 5 mostly. So this will be in the top 5, you can guarantee that, of my worst albums of 2023 video. So 2.5 out of 10 for Chris Booty's new album, 1111, because that's the nickname I came up with. I'll just put in parentheses what I decide to title it, and the album review mostly. So the album I'm talking about. But basically, 2.5 out of 10 for Chris Brown or Chris Booty's new album, 1111, for this album review. Thank you for watching this review, and have a good day.